Greetings, rogues, ruffians and rapscallions, and welcome to Ludonauts. I am your host, the narrator, an unspeakable cosmic horror dwelling in a dark pit at the heart of the multiverse. I've taken mortal beings from your universe and attempt to break them both in mind and in spirit by playing fantasy role-playing games, such as Borg. So, without any further ado, let these unfortunate souls introduce themselves.
Hello, I'm Craig. I'm still playing Swind Bellum, who's a suspicious lobster-gripped man who has blade OCD and is at permanent war with all Corvids.
My name's Robin. I'm playing Vato Makari, and he's had enough. He doesn't like this anymore. He wants to go home.
Hello, I'm Michael, and I'll be playing Godfin the Golden, who, unlike me, is hauntingly beautiful, but like me, is a nihilist.
Previously on Ludonauts, the Shadow King's eldest son has gone missing, and only 3 men condemned to die can find him. They're sent into Accursed Den. You join us as our heroes have just set off a trap, catapulting them into some boiling sludge. So make an agility test, difficulty 16.
I rolled a 7.
16.
Yeah?
Gotvind, you grab onto the sculpted robes of King Leonard,
Right.
but the other 2 you go tilting into the sludge.
So is the floor now a wall? Like,
The floor's now maybe a 45-degree angle, and then it starts sort of clicking back down.
Okay.
It starts resetting. However, 2 of you are in the sludge, so make a toughness strength. You're looking for 8 or above.
Yep. That's 1.
Oh, but it's not combat, so it's not a fumble.
Yeah. Oh,
So you take D4 damage.
actually, I'm going to use an omen to reroll that thing.
Uh-huh.
I've only got
It worked so well for me.
big and kleiner cheer. Why don't you? Jesus. 12.
12. Okay, you don't take any damage.
Okay.
I would like to try to grapple up onto
Oh,
the...
wait.
Okay.
9, 9, 9, 9, 9.
Oh, 6 again. The surface of the sludge remains calm for now.
I would like to try to grapple back up and maybe wait for it to click to a height that I can.
The pair of you haul yourself back up into the statue room.
I'm going to go stand in the meat room.
Yeah, I will also do this thing.
While I'm hanging onto the statue, can I try and just, put my finger in the eye socket? It's got to be something.
It's a bit gross in there, but it doesn't do anything.
So it's a meaty interior of the statue.
No, it's coated with a film of sort of residue of some sort,
Can I wash it off?
if you want, yeah.
I'll try.
Aye.
I've got water skin.
Yep, you try and you wash out the worst of the gunk from the statue, but nothing seems to happen.
What is this statue? Other than a thing to grab onto.
It's got a
maybe
thing
that's all
there.
it is.
So maybe
but-
there's a thing, like try to put in your sapphire or whatever, and it's...
Yeah, I guess. Okay. I'll see if my gems, fit in it.
The gem's a little bit too big to fit in, and
Yeah.
it's not quite the right shape.
Okay. Well, I'm out of ideas, so I'll scurry back to safety through the other door. But
If we sit and observe this, does the mechanism go off periodically, or only if there's weight in there?
After observing it for a couple of minutes, it doesn't do anything, so you suspect it's triggered by the presence of something in the room.
Mm.
that door you tried, didn't open.
No, it was locked, but it was only wooden, so we could probably bash it, but then we'd run the risk of getting
Flipped.
Yeah.
The room where you saw the flames from that statue room, it's a shorter swim through the sludge, but it would be another swim through the sludge.
Okay.
Do you know what?
We go kill the people that brought us here, and then we ride off into the mist.
Do you know what? Basilisk be damned. I'm going to go see if I can find Fletcher. If the worm gets me while I'm swimming through this sludge, so be it. If Fletcher kills and eats me, so be it. If I kill and eat Fletcher, so be it. I'm tired. At this point, it's just let me end. Let me stop.
end.
Let me end. I'm just going to get into the water, I'm just in the sludge, and just swim, shuffling towards Fletcher's
So you're not going around the counterclockwise direction of the various rooms that we can create shortcuts between. You're just going straight for the...
No, I'm going to walk from the meat room into the statue room, and then just swim across the sludge from there to there.
Wait a second, lads. Wait a second. Before you commit suicide, we've got a launching pad. Can we intentionally use the room to, we could lean into the flip and be cast through the sky.
Flip up to the skeleton platform.
Well, I think that's why it's 50 feet or whatever in the air. But be flipped.
It's 50 foot and it's quite far out into the sludge.
But be flipped a distance into the sludge, so that we get a jumping, leaping start, so we don't have to swim as much to the next platform.
Makes a lot of noise, commotion.
I'm just swimming I'm just, again, it's like half swim, half like crawl through the sludge.
I feel this has broken you, actually.
I want to see Fletcher. Maybe I'll join Fletcher. It's not like the Schattenkönig has done much for me.
He sounds like a nice guy.
I also eat people. Fletcher eats people. We have so much in common. I feel like we're all glossing over the fact that I have canonically eaten several people.
Well, you do what you have to do, don't you?
I did not have to do any of that. That was entirely my own choice. My ruff is all covered in the sludge.
Yep.
My doublet is all covered in the sludge. If I had a codpiece, then that would be all covered in the sludge. I'm wading through this muck.
I dread to think of the various degrees of burns that have gotten into like the underside of my armor.
Yeah.
And from the super hot sludge that dealt me like a D4 damage.
Yeah.
But do you know what's
all the way up to the chest.
Do you want to even worse? Do you want to even worse? It's all on the inside because you listen to some crazy witch who's like, oh yeah.
She didn't tell you to drink it. I'm pretty sure she didn't
Oh
tell you to drink
yeah, he has formed communion with the giant worm. So drinking the sludge. She did not mention he prepares the sludge in any way. She didn't say, oh yeah, because he's a wizard and he knows how to prepare the sludge. She just says he drinks the sludge. I drink the sludge and says, and all I get is the poison and the burn.
I also met this witch and she did seem singularly unhelpful.
Specifically after you asked her, hey, Frau, do I have to do anything to the sludge? Anyway. I'm fuming. I'm not going to be talking loud. I'm not going to be clinking. I don't have heavy armor on, but I am going through this sludge to Fletcher.
Okay, you sort of swim, wade your way
like a middle-aged woman trying to get to the manager in a supermarket.
through the worst of the sludge. So, strength roll at D8.
Empowered by rage. Yep. It's an 18. It's the highest I've rolled. Okay.
What are you two doing?
Watching this happen.
There's a wake behind me through the sun.
I don't know. Like, I feel like we should probably go room by room here.
For radio purposes, I don't want to just quit.
Yeah.
But, like, I feel like character-wise, I'm just going to leave. like, I'm not going in that sludge again!
It is one of your, like, signature moves.
Up the stairs and just hear it out through the graveyard.
Yeah.
Just, if the guards catch you, it's not going to be any worse than getting eaten by a worm.
No. I could go live with the witch or whatever, become like a
That's the
follower.
third 6 in a row I've rolled for the going through the sludge.
I'm going to wait it out in the meat room, see if anything comes of this. If it doesn't, then I'm going to leave.
I'm gonna try going in the counterclock. I'm gonna see if there's another room past the wood door by going into sludge and around.
Okay, well the wood door's locked.
Yeah, but not through the wood door. Like back into the sludge and around the because you know how like we went around the steel doors.
The steel door's open now.
Yeah, so I want to go in the direction where the wood door would lead because he said that there's another like entranceway.
You're in the statue room.
Yeah.
So from the statue room, it's only a comparatively short swim across to where you can see the frames and the braziers.
Okay, so going directly to...
That goes directly to, well, you assume...
In that case, yes, I guess I'm just joining Avatar in that.
Goodbye!
See ya!
Roll against...
Strength or whatever.
That's
18,
fine, doesn't bother you, doesn't faze you. You follow Vatar through the sludge, towards the flames, through the haze. And so Svint, what are you doing?
I'm just sort of watching them go, sort of wave.
Which room are you in?
I'm in the meat room.
The room with the hooks?
The room with the hooks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotvin and Vatar haul themselves up out of the stinking black ooze into what looks like a forge, maybe, a slaughterhouse. You can see two large hearths, which seem to be a sort of combination of smelter or perhaps oven for preparing meals. And you can see hanging down from the ceiling, there's chains with big hooks and chunks of what looks horribly like human flesh. Standing in amongst this, you see the horrifying figure of Fletcher the Warlock. He's one of the biggest men you've ever seen, must be 8 foot tall and you know, built like a grizzly bear. He's covered in soot, he's bald, and underneath the grime you can see complex tattoos. He's carrying a heated flail. It's red hot. You don't know whether he's been heating it up or whether it's magic in some shape or form. He turns to look at you. I see that Shadow King sent his minions in.
Yeah, we have a crazy lady who said, you must bring the 3 men marked for death to come here. And we're like, wunderbar, we are marked for death. That's such a great piece of news to hear. Then we come down here, we walk along, you have the little room with the plague people in. And I said, don't open the plague door, guys. And they open the plague door, and it's full of the plague people. Then there is a big dog, and we killed the dog. I may have eaten a bit of the dog. I did not eat that much of the dog, but I ate some of the dog. There's a weird man upstairs who is covered in dust. And he does not move, he does not speak, he does not talk. Herr Fletcher, I crawl a little tunnel. I go talk to a witch. She says, you should drink the goop. I go drink the goop. The goop, it burns me. Herr Fletcher, I am so done.
Fletcher turns to Goblin and says, "Does your friend always talk this much shite?"
I have not known him for very long, but yes.
So, what do you want?
I believe you have the small child. Could we take the small child back with us? And then we will just fuck off at your hair.
What's in it for me?
We leave, and I stop talking shite.
No, that ain't going to cut it for me. I beseech the Shadow King. I said I want rid of that bitch in the greenhouse. This is my domain now. Did the Shadow King do anything? Did he buggery?
We must have the child. We must have the prince.
Oh, you're just going to take him then?
Well, you also sort of just took him, you know.
I'll be honest, Master Fletcher. I don't feel perhaps in the best of health. If there is some arrangement we could make rather than resorting to violence, I would perhaps be tempted.
Well, might be. Perhaps if you can see to crawling down that tunnel. I can't fit, you see, being such a hefty lad.
That is quite a tight fit.
And get rid of that bitch for me.
Right. Okay.
Can we have a little second to huddle?
Mm-hmm. By all means, gentlemen.
Godwin,
Mm-hmm.
do you feel particularly attached to Zivich?
No, I don't feel particularly attached to anything in this place.
You are just exhausting. You are exhausting. But fair enough. That's good. Okay, so that's 2 of us who at least don't give a flying shit. Could you guarantee, Herr Fletcher, that the gutworm does not jump us while we are walking back through the muck to get to the witch lady?
Must we walk back through the muck?
You'd probably be quicker taking the ladder.
There's a ladder.
He gestures over to the far side of the room, where you can see a ladder leading up the side of the sort of cavern wall. You're not sure where it goes to.
Very well. Might I have your word before we undertake this? As I understand it, you're offering that you will release the prince to our custody if we slay the witch or whatever she is, Lesday. Is that correct?
Sounds like we've got ourselves a deal then. And he spits on his massive slab of a hand and holds it out to you.
I'll slather my hand in some of the boiling muck that I've been trudging through and shake his hand with it.
He takes your hand in his bear-like grip, and you can sense that he's holding back. He could easily crush your hand to a pulp.
Yes, I was picking up on that.
Well, I feel like we've just made a good business decision where we don't get sort of crushed like paste.
We still might.
We still might, but it will happen in the future. That is not now. So this ladder, Vata will ascend the ladder.
So the ladder's made of rusty metal rungs, and they've been sort of driven into the rock of the cavern wall.
That sort of Staples
style. You reach the top of the ladder where there's a hatch. You push it open with some great difficulty, as there seems to be the large heavy body of a dead dog blocking the way. You poke your head up through and you find you're back in the pump room from earlier on.
Ah.
Who knew that underneath that very spot where our former foe fell?
Well, I don't think no, Spot? The dog had a name?
If you say so.
We used to call it... Never mind.
Yeah.
Well, time to go back... Now we've gone up, time to go back and down.
Yes, we need to pick up our companion.
Yeah.
If he's not ran.
I don't think he can run.
What has Sven been up to while
Would it
all
make
this is going on?
sense for me to just be like walking up past them kind of thing, like attempting to leave basically, and I can bump into them and be like, oh, right, this has worked out well. that kind of thing.
You've come back to butcher the dog. Because
Is there any particular room that Svint would want to have another poke around in? Perhaps the room with the skeletons in it?
For quickness, I'll just be trying to leave, and I'll play it off as like, I'm just as I thought.
You pick your way back down, more or less the long way around through the whole complex.
Mm-hmm.
Going back through the guard room, you encounter Svind coming the other way.
Hello! Yourselves, you're alive!
Yes, so is Fletcher.
Fletcher,
Yes.
the bad man.
We are all kind of bad men. I definitely am.
I
have definitely done a lot of things they did not catch me for.
It was an injustice that I was put in prison. There's no actual law about killing too many crows.
You killed 333 of them.
333 crows.
That sort of
Would
triggers...
you put me into prison for that? No.
I'm not a crow.
No. Or a crow's family.
Anyway, slight change of plans.
Uh-huh.
We're not going to kill Fletcher.
We're just going to leave.
Also, no.
Okay.
Because if we leave, we will be killed.
We will be killed.
We will absolutely be.
I'm half killed right now. My legs are boiled to God knows what.
Yes.
Also,
you did go through that boiling tar.
Yeah, it wasn't pleasant.
No.
But you haven't met the witch yet, have you?
No.
Would you like to?
Yes.
It will be a sort of a one-time only.
Do I have to crawl through that hole?
You do have to call the.
I think we all have to crawl through that.
I don't know if... Okay.
Without any armour on.
So we're going to go meet this witch. Is that the...
We're going to go murk this witch.
Oh. Do we want to do that? Why do we want to? Are we working for Fletcher? Is that...
We are very much probably working for Fletcher.
We have
Worm
come to an
Man.
agreement with Fletcher the Worm Man, the cannibal, the very large, bear-like, shaved bear-like
Yeah.
cannibal man.
With the big worm.
Yous have changed. Like, I was a guiding influence on you. You go away for 2 minutes into some hot tar and you come back working for a cannibal.
It does seem to have worked out that way, yes.
Yeah.
He seems somewhat more intimidating than Leslie the Witch is, though I will hold my judgment on that until the encounter presents
The
itself.
part I'm concerned about is that she's someone named the witch. Like, she's a known witch.
She seems like a witch.
Has anyone... At no point has she said that she's a witch, or anyone else
I
called her
think
a
Fletcher called her a witch.
bitch.
A bitch. Oh.
This whole thing's been a horrible misunderstanding.
She seems like a witch.
Okay.
She has a certain witchy quality to her. Though.
She's just cooking. She's just making soup. And being the peasants that we are, we immediately assume that she left-handed.
You reckon that if we try to leave blind woman and the disinterested man will try and kill us?
I think,
Yes.
yeah.
More pertinently, the guards that are with them.
The guards?
I think that they would find it much easier to just kill us and so another set of prisoners in here than listen to a single excuse we have if we don't have the child with us. The kinder.
Okay. I mean, I was planning to, like, just wait out. I've got, like, 2 days of food. I don't think they've got 2 days of patience to, like, wait out there. But if you want to go kill a woman, I'm up for it.
Wow. Someone took a water skin of the fluid from the pump room, and I think whoever has the lowest health should drink it.
My health is currently 6 out of 11.
I'm 8.
And I'm 7, so I think you should drink it.
Okay. So if I drink a healing potion, what happens?
You get D4, I believe.
Stuff from the pump room.
Yeah.
4.
Nice.
Back to 10.
That's the best possible.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to accidentally, like, one of us taking me over.
The one thing I'm
Overheal.
concerned about, if we go back through this hole, we'll have to take our armour off.
Yes.
Like, we won't have armour to fight the witch.
I have armour on. I've got light armour.
Yeah, well, we have heavy armour. It's our big thing.
Oh,
We
that's-
rolled well.
No, that sounds like your problem. So, what we could do, I imagine we're in the change room again. What we could do is we could go to her and explain to her the situation. But she seems pretty unwilling to actually do anything about the Fletcher problem to begin with. Because otherwise, everything would not be happening. She has several people with her.
Yes, I didn't know about that.
Ah.
I thought it was just a woman we were killing.
No.
Oh, I don't like the emphasis you put on woman.
Person. One person that we're
Better.
killing.
Much better.
Because, like, our problem upstairs is that there's, like, 3 or 4 people.
Mm-hmm.
How many people are downstairs?
They're less armed.
Oh, okay.
Aside from Leslie herself, there were 3 young men with her.
Young men? Spry, were they?
We didn't do a spy.
Full of energy?
I would describe them as zealous.
Zealous! Zealous, even!
So-
Worshippers, perhaps.
What we could do, she has a little fire. You have a little magnesium strip.
Yes.
Throw the magnesium strip on the fire.
Oh.
It makes a big thing of light.
Mm-hmm.
And then while they're distracted by that, we murk them.
Okay.
Yeah? We do the old 1-2, where you stab them in once and you stab them in twice.
Interesting.
I would also perhaps suggest that we hide to begin with, and once the signal of the magnesium strip goes off, you could try shooting the most dangerous looking of them with your bow. That is my bow.
The bow.
Yes.
Maybe shoot the witch in the head, and then the zealous men won't be so zealous anymore.
And then we can engage with our more, brutalist weaponry.
I am, as they say, down to clown.
Very excited about this plan. I'm just less excited about the prospect of the murderous cannibal giant keeping his end of the bargain.
That is also something that occurs to me.
He did spit on it.
Oh, did he?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're locked in then. Let's go.
Yeah.
So I will take off my helmet, unbuckle my breastplate, wriggle and squelch my way out of my greaves, and generally disrobe myself of the heavy armour.
Can we disrobe ourselves, but then attach all the individual pieces of the armour to a rope and then just sort of funnel it through the...
That might lose
It's a bit
the element of
convoluted,
surprise.
really.
Yeah,
This is one of your hard calls to make, narrator.
Yep. I would say.
God says no.
I would say no. I would say that's a thing that you cannot do.
Fair enough.
Because the tunnel is too small for armour. Whether you're in it or whether you're not in it, the armour will not fit down that tunnel.
Eldritch.
Yeah, it's strange like that.
I've got one set.
Witch's tunnel.
I have one set of light armour. Obviously, I have it now, but I have the bow. If either of you two would like to have that,
Are any of us better at shooting than you are?
I have presence +3.
Yes, and I have 0
I
presence.
have minus presence.
Yeah.
I'd just be fine to you.
I have a sword. What do you have?
I have a short sword.
So one of you two, I take off the guards, old.
The tatty old armour that you
I paid him for.
Did you pay him for it?
Yeah, we gave him 60 silver pieces.
Oh, that's fair enough.
Yeah. We didn't kill him. He
Oh,
left.
yeah, those guards had will, didn't they?
They did.
That was an odd thing.
It seems a bit like they were bewitched themselves.
A little bit, but we haggled them to leave.
Yeah.
Aren't we all bewitched anyway under feudalism?
That's something to think about as we're chopping this witch's head off.
The real problem is feudalism.
We've got a lot of problems to sort out once we're out of this dungeon and free men.
So
First the crows go.
I'll take
First
the
the
armor.
crows.
Yeah, you can have the armor, Gotvin. You are the most, I would say, the biggie.
Okay.
So here's the order we should go. I think you go first because she's not met you before.
She's not met me. She's not expecting the magnesium.
So you
How
go.
sneaky are you?
What does that come under?
Agility.
Well, I don't think.
+2.
Okay.
I don't think he has to be sneaky. He can go, hello, meine Freunde. I am a man. I would like to know all the information. You have met my other two companions. Aha, the magnesium strip. And then we do the shooting, Kelly.
It's a good plan. It's a good plan.
The accent is not entirely necessary.
I was going to say mine and Freude. I don't know what that means, but if that's what you're telling me to say, I'm going in.
Verbatim.
I'm locked into this plan. I think it can't possibly fail.
I like to we're having this conversation in the tunnel. We're in. That's the
as you're crawling
We're
along.
inchworming our way along. So it's
What order are you going?
I'll go first.
Spin
because
first.
I'll go second.
I'll go third.
That's ideal. If Swin was at the back, you would be going through the ooze that they were leaving behind them. Although you did walk through the ooze at one point
A little
as well,
bit,
so
but
you're not quite as
yeah.
as ooze covered as the rest.
I
of them.
only went through it for a couple of seconds. They swam for more
I've
than that.
taken my ooze-covered boots off.
I haven't.
So I'll emerge into the witch's den.
You emerge into the greenhouse. This is the first time you've been in there. You can see that there are oil lamps hanging from the ceiling, and it's obviously a massive glass-walled room with plants. Strangely enough, it seems to be nighttime outside, and you can see stars.
I didn't realise I was in here this long.
It doesn't. You don't think you were in here long enough for it to be
I've got all
nightfall?
that together, so...
I will try and conceal myself. Hide behind a bush or some such.
Okay, you do so.
And I'll be aiding you in that by being loud and welcoming.
All three of you can hear sort of chanting, Leslie, Lucy, Leslie.
Mein Freude!
You can see further off, maybe in a sort of wooded grove section, you can see firelight.
Firelight? Interesting. Is she there?
Is that where you're going there?
Yeah, well, I'm walking towards... Is there a cauldron that was the first sort of area that...
You seem remarkably well informed for somebody who didn't know that. They've told you.
They've told me. I've been expecting a witch. They didn't go that far in. Well, you didn't... the conversation was held right away from the...
Oh yeah, because
From what you told me.
I explicitly told you. Oh, there's a fire with a cauldron. Put the magnesium
Also,
in the fire.
Yeah. That's the plan. If there was no cauldron... Is there a cauldron?
There's a campfire.
Is anybody near the campfire?
As you approach, you can see sort of three young men dressed in rags who seem to be sort of performing a sort of swaying dance and chanting and singing to themselves. and there's a woman. She's got long dark hair and seems to be dressed in like a sack but with armholes.
A sack with armholes. Hello.
Hello.
I'm
Another visitor.
Another visitor. My friends
Will you
came
sit
through.
for a while and by the fire and perhaps I can offer you something to eat. Perhaps you can.
Ooh.
I can heal some of your wounds. I have
offer
skills.
Okay, I'm very excited. Yes, I think I will.
There's two bushes grousing. It's like, okay. Will you come sit by my fire? Oh, I can heal some of your wounds.
Are you Leslie by any chance?
I am. This den is rightfully mine, but that vile creature has moved in and taken control.
He's quite large, isn't he?
He's very large. She offers you, it's a sort of, a brew. It smells delightful.
It smells delightful. Well, I'll sip at it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll nurse it.
Tastes amazing. You can.
It's orange. You can't quite tell exactly what it tastes of.
Girders.
Roll a d6.
1.
Oh, you heal 1 damage.
Okay, 1 down.
You feel full of a sense of purpose almost.
Ooh, purpose. And any kind of specific purpose, or just
Nothing really, just a general purpose. You feel really good though. You feel like
a little bit of mania.
maybe, but that's always an underlying thing.
Yeah.
The brew fills you with determination.
Do you get many crows in here?
No, none underground.
That is
Horrid beasts.
Yes. Don't get me started. I mean, I've been having a bit of a day, but if I could just murder a crow. So my friends came through here earlier, and they were saying that you want us to go murder the big man.
If
Fletcher.
you would, I, neither me nor my hosts here have the skill or the strength to take down such a powerful creature.
We can't either. They sized him up, and they were talking to him about him, and he's 8 foot tall. He's 8 foot tall and large. He eats people.
My potion would fill you and your friends with the power to defeat him.
They didn't say anything about a potion. My pal, Vatar, said that you told him to eat some tar, and he did. So that tells you the level that our outfit is operating at.
It's my belief that Fletcher eats the sludge to control the worm. I'm not sure how he does it.
No, well, it doesn't seem to just work the once.
No.
You got to burn you inside.
He's a powerful necromancer. He obviously has some sort of technique.
So like some sort of processing. Yes.
The other necromancers trapped him down here, you see, but we can't get rid of him.
So they didn't say anything about potions. So like this magical potion would empower us to fight the big
You're
man.
drinking some of it just now.
It's lovely. I feel one point better.
She pours you another draught of it.
Yeah, I'll keep drinking.
And where are your friends now?
They're in the bushes. Look, I wasn't expecting her to be nice.
I remain very still and silent.
Yeah.
She says, won't you come and join us, gentlemen?
Do you know what? Yeah. To heck with all this. The brew looks delicious and orange. I will come and have myself a hearty Borg. The brew. What a fashionable statement I'm carrying.
Okay, Vatar steps out from the bush and sits down and accepts a draught of the fizzy orange brew.
It is fizzy and ginger. And if I had to describe it in a single word, it would be phenomenal.
Leslie, it's clearly magic. I clearly feel better, but not better than I did at the start of today.
You have the power now to defeat him.
I don't feel like I have the power. I feel like I have 1 point more of health than I did before. But
Would you like some more to drink?
I mean, yeah, absolutely.
She gives you another draught of the brew.
Okay, I'm going to roll a dice. Leslie, I feel better, right? And I accept that you're a wizard, a magical person, a special person. I don't feel strong enough to fight a giant man who will then eat me. Have you got anything else?
This is all I have. But I think that it's centuries of wisdom have been poured into this.
I have... and
You've been at this for centuries.
Not me personally. I come from a long line of people who have lived in here. You might have met my father.
Oh?
Is he that guy that I had to slap about the face?
Slapped about the face.
Yeah, is he upstairs?
The elderly gentleman upstairs, he hasn't moved since, I think Fletcher has his soul.
That's your dad?
Yes.
Well, he's been slapped about, I'm afraid.
She looks a bit sort of peeved.
Don't look put out. He would not react. I don't care if you've not got a soul. If someone's asking you friendly questions, you tell them that you're busy. You tell them that you're soulless. You tell them that you can't help. You don't just sit there and get slapped about.
I have a potential strategy of how we could deal with Fletcher.
Okay.
See, we uncovered this hatch in Remember the room with the dog in it?
Yes,
Yeah.
the dog room.
Yeah, it turns out there'd been a hatch in the floor the entire time. Yeah. And there's a ladder, and it leads to the room Fletcher's in. Here's what we could do.
Yes.
We could shoot him from there, and either he comes up, and then we shut the door, and he has to run all the way around.
Yeah.
Or we can just sort of bring him up and push him.
Those thighs, that wide leg
But it means that he's away from the worm. Which
the worm is one of the big problems.
yeah, if he's away from the worm, and there's three of us, and we keep a lot of distance, I don't know, maybe we could have a shot.
Won't your friend come and join us?
I don't exist.
Oh, he's having one of his moods.
He's a nihilist.
I see.
Godwin, it's fine. It's fine.
I don't exist.
They've got this.
That sounds more existential.
Yeah.
It's been a long day before Godwin.
Can we have your boys? See your boys here, your raggedy men, your zealots. Give them to us. Send them on. We're businessmen. We're excited. We're very excited about killing this giant and being killed by him. But if you really want him dead, we might need some of your guys. We might need some young muscle.
See, my hosts, perhaps they could help you take down Fletcher.
Yeah.
Yes. She sort of looks at them.
We could oil them up. They could be distraction men. There's plenty they could be doing.
What on earth are you talking?
Well, we need.
No. Having them as distraction men, absolutely good idea. Where's the oil?
Well, he's a cannibal.
Are you suggesting we baste these men?
Well, there's a cauldron. Like we could.
There may or may not be a cauldron.
There's a fire. We could oil them up, lightly toast them, and then just put them into the room where Fletcher is, and he'll go at them, and then we could even maybe just swoop in. I mean, I'll say this not trying to say directly to the witch, but
Candidly means your head is turned to the side and you're talking at full volume.
the opposite of candidly. But we could just let them be eaten, and we could just pick up the prince and leave.
We don't know where the prince is, though. Can I?
Maybe he would be so satisfied by 3 toasted young men that he would be like, "That's lovely. Here, have the prince."
I liked my idea where we shoot at him from a ladder.
I'm not against that either.
You just want to throw some bona fide cannibalism in there for the shits und the gigs.
Well, we don't know he's a cannibal, I guess. He just happens to have
A poor reputation.
Yeah.
As you've been sitting talking for a while, maybe it's your imagination, but it's starting to get really warm.
Warm?
Oh, goody, if we have been poisoned.
Like a pleasant sort of warmth? Or...
To begin with, yes, but now you're starting to sweat somewhat.
Okay. Do we feel healthy?
How am I feeling?
You're fine.
For Leslie.
Yes. As you look at Leslie, you can see she seems to start to be sort of shimmering and waving in the light, and you feel almost a sort of like an up and down sensation, like you're on the water.
Are there any side effects to this brew?
No, none at all.
Are there any positive effects for you but negative effects for us?
Well, I had to weaken you.
Are you going to use? Are you all cannibals?
The 3 young men step forward, and you can see that they're brandishing knives.
Okay.
Magnesium time.
Okay. I throw the magnesium. Magnesium throw.
Okay, you roll agility, and you're -2 because you're tripping balls.
Yeah, tripping balls. I rolled 15. I get a +2 to agility.
But you're more or less at the fire, so it's not that hard. So,
And I've just been clutching magnesium the whole time.
You're ready to do it.
And how much fire damage do we all take?
It's a strip of magnesium. Did you not do this at Chem and Chemistry?
No, I was hoping for a big time. Is it just a sparkle?
Yeah, it shines really brightly.
Yeah.
If you're looking at the fire.
If you're looking directly at it, you would probably, maybe.
And I, as the person who had thrown the magnesium and was planning to throw the magnesium, would be aware of its effect.
You certainly would be aware not to look directly
And
at
I
magnesium.
definitely would have looked away or closed my eyes and attempted to scarp her.
You pick yourself up and attempt to scarp her. The ground starts sort of undulating wildly under your feet.
It's those crow bastards! They've done me in!
Okay, this is maybe slightly cheating because I didn't do the setup, but could I throw a bunch of dirt that have been rooting around underneath
You
me
could have it ready
onto the fire?
You could have it ready to go.
Yeah,
But
so that
we're
now
about
it's
to-
suddenly dark.
Bright then dark. Ooh.
The light isn't just coming from the fire.
That's
There
not-
there
oh,
are
there's
lamps as
moonlight,
well.
yeah,
There's
yeah,
moonlight and there's lamps as well.
Okay, well, never mind then.
But keep it in your hand in case you need to throw it in someone's eyes.
Right, roll for initiative. Okay, 4 to 6, so player characters begin.
I will emerge from my hiding place and try and strike directly at Lesdie's head with my sword.
Okay, you're a bit further away.
Okay.
I would say for you to be really well concealed, you were maybe at least 15 foot away.
Okay.
And they were highly aware of your presence.
What's the...
And they know you're there as well.
Well, and what's the sort of movement rules? Keep bearing in mind that I'm not wearing armor
just
anymore.
a sense of like...
you can use your round to get over there.
The whole round?
Yeah.
I will... The men with knives are going towards my companions.
Yes.
I take it that Leslie is not, currently.
Leslie has stood up and she looks like she's ready to scarp her.
Okay, well, I'm running as fast as I can directly towards Leslie as if I'm going to rugby tackle her.
Okay.
And then I guess I probably can't rugby tackle her this turn.
Gottvin emerges from the bushes. Is there a roar or a battle cry or anything?
No, complete silence, stony face.
And
Piercing eyes.
launching himself towards the scene that's unfolding.
Like a dart, straight at the boss, not caring if you two get
That's fine.
carved apart for your complete
Can I
foolishness.
take a drugged up swing against one of the young men?
There's one behind you. There's a young man. He's carrying a knife, long knife.
I'll try and take a swing from his top to his bottom. No, from his bottom to his top.
+1 strength.
Nope, that's a 4.
Okay.
And I'll be like, it didn't have to be this way. You could have been food for a cannibal.
You swing wildly at the man, but you're too distracted by the blackness of his eyes.
Oh.
His face splits open and a great black beak emerges. Black feathers begin
Oh god!
sprouting from his skin.
It's happening again!
This is unrelated to the drugs. This is just how Finn sees the world.
I shouldn't have left that jail cell.
Vatar. He's still holding the bow, so he'll take a shot at one of the young men.
You're still sitting down at this point.
I stand up.
You groggily get to your feet.
Is there still enough movement to take a
Yeah.
and shot? It's a hold the bow, Cyrus, and a ping it at his weird little belly. Do I get minus on this? Because
-2 because you're off your
Okay.
tits.
I get +3 presents, so it's a +1 total. So that's a success.
Through the fact that the room seems to be vibrating and colours are starting to strobe slightly, you still manage to take an effective shot at the man bearing down towards you with the knife.
We see. The thing is, my accuracy at this point is very off because I'm quite shaken. So it's managed to perfectly counteract.
He's also quite close.
He's also quite close. Yeah. That's 2 points of damage.
The arrow shoots off into space like a beautiful arc. It seems to sort of spin round like in a cartoon, and it just thonks into the guy's belly, and he sort of staggers back with a horrified look in his face. His mouth expands much wider than any human head normally can, and his tongue sticks out, and there's a second head which has the same expression and then opens, and then another head comes out, and this keeps on going.
Oh, I can see so many colours. So many colours.
The horrifying crow apparition takes a swing with his knife at
I
Sphinx.
always knew it would come to this. It's me and you, bastards.
His great black wings seem to fill up all the space in front of you. An agility roll. Yeah, -2.
It's an 11 overall because I've got a +2.
+2.
Yeah, -2, so that's a fail.
Yeah.
He rams a knife straight into you.
You see it as a beak.
From your point of view, extends his great beak and stabs into you
Ow!
for 5 damage.
Oh, I've only got 3 left.
Rough.
Hasn't done all my booze spilling out.
A sort of amorphous fleshy blob with an arrow sticking out of it advances towards you and exudes a tendril towards you.
Oh, it's happening again.
Getting pseudopoded. Ooh.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
Yeah, that'll do.
You manage to evade it.
Vatar's really feeling it. This is fixing some of his long-held neuroses.
You thought you had the advantage because I'm drugged up, but you didn't know how much of the drugs I was already on.
Vatar's relation to reality is already quite tenuous. 20 is a critical, so you get to attack back.
Ooh, very nice.
17. If it's with the bow and arrow again, then then it's an 18. That's the 3 points of damage.
You launch another arrow into him and blue vapour starts spraying out of him.
So the way I like to think of this is Vatar deals with stress by like extravagantly overdressing and always has. And right now he is many different colours. His outfit is rolling and it's turning into like green hills and blue swamps, and he's in his happy place.
I mean, this is nothing compared to the tower, so
This doesn't hurt.
doesn't hit as heavy.
Third host, cultist, whatever you want to call it, throws himself between Leslie and Gotvin
Okay.
and attempts to stab you with his knife.
That is a 1. That's a 1. For a total of 3.
That is unfortunately a fumble, so you're going to take double damage and your armour is reduced by 1 tier.
Okay,
It's
to
gone.
nothing.
It's
So
gone.
nothing.
Okay.
You take 6 damage.
6 points of damage.
He
Down to
grabs you by the
4.
shoulder and rams a knife into your side.
Yikes.
This is a deadly system, lads. It's our turn again.
I was travelling with great momentum when this guy came and stabbed me. Could I try and simply carry on my momentum and barge past him and still try to go for Leslie?
Yep, I would say. Well, would you say that was agility or strength?
I
You
would
would
say
say
agility.
it's agility.
For sure.
I'll let you take agility. You have the advantage that you're not out your head as well.
Not out of my head, but
Unless the knives were poisoned.
the blood is out of my guts, so we'll see. It's 6.
That is a fail.
Yeah.
This guy, although he's not particularly large, he essentially stops you like a brick wall. Also, the knife in your side doesn't help.
Doesn't help at all, no.
So you go not staggering back, but your momentum is checked completely.
Yeah. Can I do anything else?
I would let you take a swing at him
I'll take a
since,
swing
since
at
you're there. And imagine blind panic would probably set in at this point.
Yeah. Sword attack, right at the most vulnerable looking area. That's another 1. I'm going to use a different dice next time.
Can you use
That
it?
is
You can use an omen.
That's a fumble unless you use an omen.
You've already used your omen, or there won't be a god for the golden next turn.
So, I mean, what's the omen system again?
You can use it for a reroll. It's a reroll. You can use it for a bunch of things, but reroll is one of them.
I'll reroll.
It's not a
Well,
fumble.
it's not a fumble.
That's a 5.
Yeah.
Because if it'd been a fumble, he could have attacked you.
You try to swing at him with your sword, but he grabs your wrist and your blow just doesn't go anywhere.
Okay, that's all the progress I'm making.
I'll raise my sword high and I will say to the crow, I killed your dad, I killed your mum, I killed all of your brothers, and I'm gonna kill you.
He lets out a mighty caw that chills you to your bones.
I'll push through that shit. I've heard that call before.
You've heard
It's
it-
all
you-
the same with you craw
You
bastards!
hear it in your dreams every night.
Here we go. That's
a 4.
That's a 4.
That is a miss.
That's a 4. Omen.
Omen? Okay.
14.
Is
That's
it?
it, okay. 1.
You swing at the crow and you seem to have severed a few feathers.
How many omens can you use per thingy?
I think you've either got 1 or 2.
I've got 2.
Not anymore. You've got 1
You've
now.
got 1 now.
Can I re-roll that?
So,
No.
Don't burn through them like this,
Mm.
because there might be a fumble you need to not die with later.
I suppose.
And I'll take one more pot shot at the
Amorphous blob.
That's a 9.
The arrow shoots off into the shrubbery. The cultist who's on Gotvin presses home his advantage and tries to have another stab at you.
I mean, I would in his place as well. I rolled a 16.
You sort of smack his hand out the way as he tries to wound you again.
Yeah. Not today.
Stop
I mean, not this time today. Earlier today, yes. Not now.
Everyone gets 1.
The crow creature that's attacking Svind, it's almost stopped looking like a crow. It's like a kaleidoscope of crows. It's all beaks and claws and eyeballs.
Nothing going on. No future. Yep. 14.
My God.
You dodge a flurry of claw and beak.
Crow bastards!
From my perspective, there isn't even a guy like attacking you at this point.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
just-
If Gotvin wasn't in immediate danger of death, it would be almost comical seeing these two try to fight the guys. The amorphous blob starts to grow horrific-looking spines and tendrils. Spine tendrils start heading out towards you, trying to impale you.
3.
3. Okay.
Because of the...
1 point of damage. It's now back to you guys' turn to attack.
Okay. Well, part of me wants to try and shove this guy's head into the drug iron burn, but I think I'm just going to try and attack with weapons.
Also heals you, so...
That's just a 9 because I don't get any pluses.
You try swinging again with your sword and you miss.
Yeah.
Once more into the amorphous blob, dear friends. Once more. Aha!
A hit.
Yeah, that is a 19. It is an 18 because of the
18.
minus 2. Ooh. 5 points of damage.
You shoot an arrow straight into the heart of the amorphous blob, and it turns into a little flock of birds, which then turn into gas and just sort of disappear.
Potential success!
If we leave this place alive, I want like bottles upon bottles of whatever this stuff is. I've never felt so alive.
Oh dear.
I felt more alive, if I'm honest.
I'm just screaming. Just screaming and flailing.
You're screaming, and the crow god that you're... This thing is like the Ur-crow.
The Ur-crow. Ur-crow. Like Ur-Willy.
Yeah.
I can feel like I should like screaming that, but I don't want to go overboard. But I'll be screaming and flailing and rolling dice. Ooh, a 12. So it's a 12.
Good to me.
That is a 12 because it's minus 2 plus 2. Mm-hmm. And then a d6.
Yep.
3.
Not bad.
From my point of view, I've skewered 3 crows.
You ram your sword into the swirling feathery heart of this apparition, and it sort of bursts in a sort of... It's like fireworks, but it's also gore and blood.
Oh.
For a moment you stop and you're just entranced by this.
My views are vindicated!
I like the implication that the unit for hit points is per crow.
Yeah. One crow is like a health.
Right. It's like if we were to sum up our life, like our biological function to be 11 crows large.
I mean, it sounds about right.
You're about 4 crows away from death, yeah.
Speaking of which...
I can't handle that right now, man. That is too much for me to deal with.
Looking over, the two of you that partook of the potion can see that Godwin seems to be engaged in a wrestling match with some horrific scarecrow monster.
Each to their own.
I don't really trust that I can shoot into combat in my current state, I'll be honest with you, boys.
I can hold you. I can hold you and steady you.
The one remaining cultist, again, attempts to knife Godwin.
Ah, yes. I keep forgetting that I have to roll. So, 13.
You manage to again dodge his fairly wildly swinging knife, and it's back to your guys' turn.
Can I see that they have dispatched with their ones?
You get the impression that they've dealt with their boys, but you're still somewhat occupied with what's going on.
If I may, then, I will say, don't worry about me. Kill her.
Kill who?
Over there.
You don't see anyone else. The room is still spinning, and
I will take a wide stance and then attempt to wide stance walk over to Gotvin with my sword just out like this. And I'm gonna try to stab into the scarecrow looking guy. Gotvin, I've got this.
Careful, Swint.
I'm good. I've killed the god of crows. My life, I can go out in a blaze of glory now. We can all go out in a blaze of glory.
A fumble would be disastrous at this point.
It would be unfortunately very funny.
16.
You can see this demonic scarecrow figure wrestling with Gotvin, and he's obviously too distracted, and you just shank him in the back.
Central mass.
Yep.
Just aiming for that central mass.
And he just collapses in a heap.
Not even a...
He's busy.
Gotvin!
And it's a short sword, so don't worry. Won't hit you.
Okay, good.
So Gotvin, the guy you're wrestling with, just falls slack and falls to the ground, and you can see a very groggy looking Svint looking at his sword like, whoa.
The listeners at
That's a
home,
mighty sword.
The blood trickling down it starts to swirl into fractal shapes.
I've killed crows and their natural enemy today. This is going well.
for the listeners at home, I want you to imagine any expression Owen Wilson has ever made flitting across Svint's face.
I'll say thank you, and I'll push right past you and look around.
I'll fall over.
I'll look around wildly and go, where is she?
You don't see Leslie anywhere.
Which direction was she running in?
You were quite preoccupied.
Oh, I was preoccupied with trying to run towards where she would have been running to.
And then Amanda tried to murder you.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
I think we should just wait this one out,
We've all got rations.
We've got rations, we've got a fire.
There's lamps around here, right?
Yep.
Can I pick up a lamp and explore and see if I can find any trace of her?
With a little bit of difficulty, you managed to take one of the lamps down from the chain where it's hanging from the ironwork of the greenhouse. Are you going to just sort of wander out into the bushes?
Looking for tracks or...
I guess that would be a presence roll, really.
Okay, well, I don't get a bonus to that, but I'll try it.
Difficulty 15.
Okay. No. 13, sadly. Damn it, she's gotten away.
Well.
That being the case, I'll turn to you and be like, what were you thinking, you moron?
I was thinking maybe I should kill crows.
We had a plan.
The plan, yes. We succeeded.
No, we didn't. We failed.
No, we got rid of the witch. She's gone.
But we haven't killed her. We haven't stopped her.
We don't
we
need
have
to
no
actually
evidence.
kill her.
Do you know what we could do? You can burn down the greenhouse.
Oh my god! I was just thinking. I didn't want to be the first one to say it.
That's unusual.
I know.
Because
Svint is like, flames.
We could burn it down, right? Because it's all grass and plants and things. And
It is fairly damp in here.
That's okay. It's damp. Okay, damp's a problem, but we've got
It's
oil.
muggy.
Muggy, yeah. We could attempt to burn it down because we've got this fire. And do we have any oil? You were talking about oiling up those young men earlier.
I was not.
I've got monkeys.
I've got some old mouldy bed sheets that we could burn.
Can I look around to see if there's... Because my conception of this place is that it's like a thicket of forest and like an impossible place for it to be. Is there anything else? You're saying there's a greenhouse. Is there like a place where they would be sleeping here or anything? Like, are there any valuables?
You have a sort of route around the bushes and further into the heart of the greenhouse, and you discover another clearing with looks like some bedrolls, but there's nothing else there.
So has the orange juice gone out of our system? Are we still tripping?
You think you've maybe passed the peak.
Okay.
Coming down, man.
I'd like to like just swing my sword through the bushes, like just kind of.
As you swing your sword, you're watching the sort of trails that it makes behind you.
But there's nothing like hidden, nothing revealed, no creatures.
Nothing, no vile crows.
Could I retrieve my arrows from the no longer amorphous blob, now definitely a young man?
Plop them out of his body, which still seems to be shimmering slightly.
Got some thoughts here. I'd like to loot the bodies of the young men.
They're literally dressed in rags, and they're carrying long knives.
Pick up one of their long knives and gut one of their eyes out.
Oh,
Okay.
for what he thinks the answer is to that puzzle.
Do you know that I suggested that? Were you there?
Oh, I don't know.
You were there. You've seen the statue.
yeah,
you were
yeah.
there from the
Could
statue.
we all...
And I'll just like pop it in a little rag sack on my.
That's fine. That's fine. You do that.
What damage did the knife do?
If you were to take the knives, they do d6 damage.
I'll take a knife.
No, I'll keep a knife on me as well.
It's a long, fairly sharp knife.
Basically a sword.
I mean, not quite a sword, but getting there.
I reckon we should, because there's nothing here. Like we can't find it.
You've no idea where Leslie is.
Is there like an end to this room, like this space that we're in?
A dead end?
Dead end.
Perhaps Finn isn't in the best frame of mind to explore too deep into the greenhouse because every leaf and every little insect is utterly captivating. But you do discover that, I mean, you're in a fairly large space, but you do find the walls of the greenhouse eventually.
Okay. I reckon that we should go sleep in those beds with those skeletons. It's been a bit of a night.
It has, and in fairness, we do know that Fletcher can't get in here.
He can't get in. Well, he can't get. I suppose.
To exact his revenge.
You're saying we should sleep on the bedrolls.
Well, what were you suggesting?
We go back up into the dungeon above and sleep in the beds with the literal skeletons.
Oh, what?
I mean,
They're beds.
you-
They're heavily soiled, yes. But what bed isn't?
all beds you sleep in end up heavily soiled. You two could sleep, and I could keep watch.
You're a very good shot. I'll have to say that to you.
I think this fixed something in me, if
Uh-huh.
I'm being honest, and now I've come down, I feel like I've lost a part of me that I'm never going to get back again.
Is it the part that steals clothes from corpses?
Because you did leave those rags, in fairness.
Yeah.
They're not nice rags.
Yeah.
You uncultured Philistine. I'm a new man, I'm a new person, I'm Von. There's everything. Okay, you two take a nap, we have rations, we can have rations, and literally just wait her out. She has to come past us to go out the hole.
Well, she might be hiding here somewhere that we haven't found, and she'll just do what we were trying to do and sneak up on us and murder us.
Which is why I suggest that
But if she's as incompetent as us at it, she won't succeed.
I said that, or what my other plan is like we burn the bedrolls and fling that into the forest.
I like the idea of burning this place down, or like getting some sort of tube.
It's very
Because there's like a piping system. So could we like just pipe the tar in here? Because it's down a
just-
hole, and
And fill it up with...
yeah, to complete because it's a contained area. We just vent all the tar, we fill it all up.
Drain it like Fenland, so this was the gutworm is sort of like just flopping about.
Because there's a pumping system, so like,
Yeah.
if we could get like the pumps and the tubules in here, we pump as much of the tar in as we can, and then we report back to Fletcher being like, we reckon she's dead, and if she isn't, our house is full of tar.
Okay.
Svint is not an expert plumber. Really.
I reckon that we should, because I was thinking we go outside, because like you say, this witchy woman might still be here.
She could be anywhere.
She could be in the walls. She could be in the goddamn walls. She could be in the ground.
She could be standing right next to us and magically invisible.
Magically invisible, or just visible, and we can't see her because she's crafty. But if we go upstairs, there's a ghost that could protect us.
I'm just imagining like a cactus, just her face, and she's just smirking.
She She might not want to come out of her, even though we've angered her by killing her young men.
When it started, I
Yeah.
don't think she would leave here because she's scared of Fletcher more than she's scared of us.
We could just start negotiating again, because we'll be like, right, you've said your piece, you've had your go at us.
We've had your side of the story.
Yeah. Maybe now we can continue talking about this killing Fletcher crap.
Frau Lesday! Come out, Frau Lesday. We're willing to talk. We're willing to negotiate.
No, but there's...
No, but I'll take a bedroll.
Yeah,
Okay.
as we're doing this, I'm sort of start rolling up one of the bedrolls and like attaching it to my backpack.
We go outside, we
Get my armor back.
get your arm back, get my arm back, we have a sleep. Then we go plug this eyeball into the thing, see if it does anything, and then we take it from there.
At this stage, I'm willing to try anything.
Okay. I've got 2 days of rations. It's been quite a nice evening. There's no reason to rush it.
Okay, well, let's do that.
Back through the hole.
So where are you going?
I'm going to that bed where the skeletons are.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go camp down there.
Okay.
Doesn't seem like the most defensive
Oh,
position.
we learned things. That old man is her dad, apparently.
Yeah, and
Leverage.
He also doesn't have a soul.
He doesn't have a soul, but he does get slapped around a lot.
So far as we've seen.
Yes. Okay.
I actually don't want to sleep in the room with the skeletons. I want to sleep in a different room. Okay, Vata would rather literally sleep on the dining table
Uh-huh.
into the full view of that weird old man
Yes.
than in the room with the skeletons because that gives me the heebie-jeebies.
I'm not...
Wait a minute. You've got problems with dead bodies?
Only ones that don't have flesh on them.
Okay.
Oh, you're a fleshist, are you?
Well, no. I just think it would be weird to share a bed with a corpse.
Well, I'm not saying
I'm not sharing any beds. I've got this bedroll.
Yeah. No, I am not wedded to the bed. We can sleep on that table. We can sleep back to back if we need to. You wanted to stay awake, though, and take the first watch, didn't you?
I'm happy to take first watch.
Yeah.
I don't think we should sleep in the dining room with the soulless man.
Why?
Because that's very close to the prisoner zombie people who almost killed us before.
Are they still roaming about?
I don't think we dealt with them.
Okay.
How about we just sleep in the entrance room with the butterflies?
Okay.
Oh, the butterfly. Yes. I'm very interested in that.
Okay, Vata's just going to go to the room with the butterflies, the kleine Schmetterlings. He's going to set out his bedroll and he's going to lie face down and pass out immediately.
So much for the first watch.
Our first watch was getting us here. Up to you two now.
Well, I'll very groggily take the first watch, but I cannot. That's impressive. You just went.
Vatar, you have incredibly strange dreams. You can see Vatar twitching in his sleep.
Running like a dog.
Do you think that's the tar or the drugs?
It's not mixing well in the stomach, let's be honest. 9! Water 9! I do not want to have a little lollipop made of the celery sticks.
So are you having a long rest? in
I
the-
guess so.
Yeah. Having a long rest.
We got battered.
Yeah, you've done your mischief.
Vata left the encounter better off than he went in because he's on 9 hit points. And he started with 7, so he's.
And he started to turn his life around.
I started on half health, took a potion back to full health, got stabbed in the cat immediately back to half health. Very much thought I was going to die.
Yeah.
But you didn't.
Didn't.
Okay. As best you can, the three of you catch some rest, and you know, whatever arrangement you make, you have something to eat and you take shifts, so you each heal D6 damage.
D6 dummy damage. Ooh, 2.
2.
So, 5 health.
6 for me.
You patch up that nasty gash in your side.
Yep. Stuff it with gauze.
Just actually stuffing it full of gauze as you would plug up a cork.
Yep.
Just rag up my crow wounds.
Okay, it's been maybe 4 or 5 hours.
What the hell are we going to do now?
Well...
She'll go back in and see if Lester's come up hiding because she thinks we've gone.
What? Right. I know it's that my suggestions haven't gone down well. My freewheeling, my improvisation.
Because they're insane.
But we could pop outside, like let the folk outside know what's going on, see if they've got any advice.
I think... Okay, if I would...
Because we can be like, he's definitely in there. I know you're magic and I've seen him in there, but we can confirm, definitely in there. There's a big man.
I have a presumption how that interaction would go, with them going, we don't care, go back and I will kill you.
Well, I'm going to pop out and see, because it's been... How long have we been in the dungeon completely?
Most of a day.
Most of a day.
Most of the day. I'll just share my perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've got 2 options here.
Yeah.
We've exhausted all other ones.
Mm-hmm.
3 if we count going out and making a run for it.
I'm not saying go make a run for it, I'm just saying we
Just
check in with them.
Let the man finish.
All right.
Option 1. we go back to Fletcher and we tell him that we tried to kill Lesday and failed.
We don't know that.
Well,
Let the man finish.
Okay.
Man, finish.
option 2, maybe there's more, because we could lie and say that we did kill her, but we don't have any proof.
Yeah.
Other than that, we could go back to Fletcher and simply try and kill him and take the prince back.
Right. Yeah.
Because if Fletcher has any idea of how to find Lesday now, then he might be able to help us find and kill her.
Yeah.
And if not, then we can just try and fight him and die.
We definitely need to put this ball in that socket.
The eyeball.
Yeah.
Okay, may I share my perspective? Here's what I think will happen. We go to Fletcher and we say we have not actually killed Zavich, and he say, okay, go kill Zavich again. We go say she has run off, he'll say, okay, go find her and bring her head. I do not think this is a man with a lot of wiggle room for negotiation. We try and kill Fletcher and he just bodies us.
Yes. I'm not saying we have any good options. I'm just saying these are the options.
From just a purely external perspective, the three of you didn't fare especially well against three nearly naked cultists with knives.
So, my proposition is we can always go back in and try and find Lesday now, or like a little more juiced up on this, on like healing and stuff.
Yes, but we looked for Lesday. We could try and scour the dungeon to find any sign
now
of her.
two of us aren't high anymore. We might have a better chance.
Yes. I haven't thought it through overnight. There is that pillar that has skeletons playing fiddles on it.
Yeah.
And there are unexplored parts of the dungeon.
In the middle of the boiling tar soup.
Yes, but now we've got passage from the worm.
Do we?
Yeah, Fletcher, you spat on it. He spat on that thing.
No, what he said was, here's another passage you can take to
Oh,
the
right,
tower.
yeah. Okay. No, that is fair.
Do you know for sure that Fletcher actually can't control the worm?
Wow.
No, we've got no idea.
No, not him.
Can I be brutally honest, narrator? You're not fucking with me right now, okay? Okay? The facts as we have them, I need to remain the facts we have them. If we kill Fletcher and this fucking worm is still a problem, I'm going to kill myself. Because it's the only course of action I have left.
A man that large would have control of a worm.
What does that mean?
A man as large as you've explained him to me would have absolute control over
I'm
a
starting
worm.
to think maybe I should just drown myself in Zatar.
Okay, so time is ticking on. I don't want to pressure you, but you need to come to some sort of course of action.
Okay, I don't mind just going and just rolling presents to go look for Lesday.
Yeah, just looking everywhere to see if we can find any trace.
Okay, we go downstairs. Vata climbs down his little gooey hole.
I've got this.
He inchworms along
I've got
on
this.
his belly. He's leaving Svind behind and his bizarre, insane series. I'm going to look and I'm going to find this witch and I'm going to cut her head off.
Okay, so Vatar is calling back through the hole to look for Leslie. What is Svint doing?
I'm going up to that old man.
Okay.
I've taken out my knife.
Oh, don't do anything weird.
No, I'm not going to.
You've already got an eye. You've already got an
I'm
eye.
not going to do anything. I'm just going to get behind him.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to place my knife in front of his neck.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to be like, Leslie, this is your dad, apparently. And I'm just going to be talking normally. I'm not going to be raising my voice. And I'll be like, I'm assuming as a magical, witchy person with 3 young men under your control that you can probably hear me now. Gonna just leave or I'll kill your dad.
You don't get any response, and the old man doesn't seem to respond in any way or form either.
Okay, well, I'm going to put him under my arms, because he's an old man,
Uh-huh.
and I've got plus whatever strength.
Yeah, okay. You're going to bodily lift him up?
Yeah,
Right, okay.
and I'm just going to take him with me.
Where?
Okay.
I'm going to go find wherever you are at.
And what is Gottman doing?
I was going to go with Butter and
Okay.
and go through the tunnel, but apparently, my 2 companions are splitting off in completely opposite directions.
Just come with me into the tunnel, whatever he is doing.
I'll
He
make
can
my
do-
way towards the tunnel.
He
Yeah.
can do
Uh-huh.
solo. He does not need our assistance with whatever insane batshit he is doing.
It's her dad, and she was
Okay.
upset that he got slapped around.
So you two are in the tunnel.
Yeah.
You sort of crawl, you squidge your way through the tunnel again, and you find yourself back in the greenhouse.
Okay, I'm going to immediately roll presents.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to get on all fours like a dog. I'm going to sniff the ground. Again, I'm still dressed like an Elizabethan,
Yeah.
like Shakespearean actor. That's 21. Come out, wherever you are.
After 10 to 15 minutes of prodding through bushes and crawling around, you're pretty confident there's not anybody here.
Okay, wunderbar.
Sven, so you were in the dining hall with the old man, the
Old man.
old grey-haired man.
The old grey man. I put him under my arms like a sack of potatoes, and I set off I want to go towards the whole room, but go towards the room, because you know how we opened the door backwards so we can get to the flippy.
You would be going through the library with beds and then downstairs, yeah.
Well, you can go from the room with the man, you can go straight to the guard room.
Yeah.
No, I want to go to the room that has the statue, the flippy statue.
The flippy statue.
Alright,
Well, okay.
You'd be going a different way then, but yeah.
What route are you taking?
The safe room.
Yeah, do we have a safe room? What's this?
From the dining hall, you can go back out into the butterfly room, into the room with the skeletons, then into the guard room.
And then from there you can go...
From there you go downstairs.
But is the pump room before all that?
The pump room's back the other way. Pump room's the other direction. The pump room's a different door from the dining hall. You go up the corridor that had the pit trap in it.
Mm. Oh, okay. I just want to take the old man under my arms and take him towards the flippy statue, and I don't necessarily mind where I go for that.
As you take the old man into the guard room, you hear a voice from under the table. Oh, put him down! Come on, put him down!
Hello?
Leslie emerges from under the table.
You're hiding under the table?
Yeah.
Okay, Leslie. We were happy. Well, you didn't have to eat us. You didn't have to send your cruel gods against us. Bastards that they are.
I wasn't going to eat you, we were just going to kill you.
Well, that's fair enough. But, like, at the same time, you didn't have to kill us. We were going to go kill Fletcher. Obviously, we were going to get murdered, but we were up for it. My boys were up for it. Clearly, they're not here right now, so I can speak for them. They were wildly up for it.
In the distance, you can hear, "Come out, Fraulein, come out!"
Why do outsiders always come here? Everything was fine until that thing turned up.
What, Fletcher?
Yes.
Yeah. We had this conversation, Wednesday. We had this conversation where you were giving us your drowsy health potion that both heals you and makes you drugged up. How were we going to kill Fletcher if all you had was a drowsy health potion?
Well, you weren't. We were going to kill you.
How does that benefit you on the Fletcher front?
Well,
Because we would have had a go. We would have given it a good try. I'm not negotiating now. I've got your dad.
Well, what do you want?
Just leave.
I can't leave. This
Well,
is...
just leave for like 5 minutes, and then we can tell Fletcher. We can tell Fletcher that you left, and then he'll give us this prince that we're after, and then we can leave.
Well, give me my father and I'll go.
I might give you a finger.
Can we take that again?
Okay, I'll take that again. I'll give you your dad, and you can leave. And if you cross us, presumably we'll die. But like, we'll be upset. And I'll just sort of crumple her dad in front of her.
The dad sort of stumbles forward a bit. You can tell, you get the impression he's not actually stood up or walked for a long time.
He's very creaky.
She takes him and...
This is on you, Leslie. We were all nice. See, when you were like, "Oh, come have a drink with us," I had no problem with you.
I'm furious that this worked. I'm absolutely mad at it.
Flip her off as she goes.
Hiding under the table.
Are you following around?
I'll score it, because like there'll be guys there. I'll tell him that there's like 3 guys.
Just pop up to the thing, do like the sort of like line across the neck gesture to the guards, like, yo, just stick
She's
like come back in like, I don't know, like
An
a week or something. Like,
she's away, she's gone.
But bye! Ignorant.
What are you going to do now?
I'll go look for my friends. I don't know if they told me where they were going.
I presume they would have mentioned it.
I think I just said we were going to look for Leslie.
Okay.
And then you had a whole plan of, like, smoking her out that you didn't share with us.
Yeah, Vatar inchworms his way out of the tube and goes, Svind, so how did your little whatever plan you were going to do, how did that pay out?
I'm going to put my armor on.
Well, she's gone now.
Are you messing with me?
She left.
Is this like a euphemism? Like, oh, she has left, as in like she has departed this plane? Shuffled off
no, she was hiding under a table. I might have been like imparting in her. I guess at no point no one called her a witch other than ourselves.
I called her a witch.
You called her a witch. I was expecting her to be a threat.
But she seemed fairly threatening to me.
I think the threat of her was that she had 3 young men ready to knife her.
I'm starting to wonder if I should just put my head entirely into this bubbly ooze.
Yes.
And just let it take me.
So, hold on. I'm given to understand that you have told me that you found Leslie
Under a table.
And then told her to leave.
I didn't. Well, I said leave or I'll kill your dad.
And she did.
Well, I gave her dad.
What evidence did you collect that she has left?
That's a problem. She's definitely left, though.
You can explain that to the giant man.
We're going to see the giant man because there's nothing else left in this dungeon.
I want to put this eyeball in the socket.
Okay, we can try.
We go to the statue. Actually, no.
It's only over there.
Yeah.
He goes to the statue. We stand out of the room so we don't stand on the moving platform.
Well, lads, my plan was to actually take the Da to the platform and then flip him into the ooze. But it didn't come to that, and I'm disappointed. It's a timed thing we worked out, right? So it's not flipping...
It's not constantly flipping. There's
I'll run up quickly, jam, get my little ball out of the packet and put it in and then run away.
The little eyeball's dried up slightly in your pocket after a night's sleep.
Yeah.
You plop the eyeball into the statue, and there's a sort of clicking sound, and you can see that on the eastern wall, a section of the wall just clicks slightly and opens, and you can see that part of it was fake.
Oh.
Vindication!
I am furious that both of those things have worked. I cannot believe this.
I'm not standing on the same platform anymore. I'm not in the... You can stand at the door in the room, and we see this. Is there any way that we can see to get to this?
You can just walk over.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
okay.
As
already.
long as you're fairly brisk.
Brisk walk over there.
Uh-huh.
I'm already running that way.
Yeah. That comes up as well. Not too big.
Okay, are you going into this next room then?
Yes.
I approach enthusiastically. Vatar approaches disgustedly.
I'm just kind of excited that the ball works.
You're in a small room. In the centre of the room, sitting on the bench, there's a small pudgy looking boy, and he seems to be gnawing on a big meaty bone.
Does he look like a prince? He looks well fed.
He certainly looks well fed.
I have a sack.
Good for you.
Right.
Just put him in the sack.
Okay, sack him up.
You walk up without any preamble. You just launch the
Black bag
sack over his head. You hear
Right, lads, cheese it.
Run away!
Technically, we have just fulfilled our end of the bargain, and there hasn't been any other problems. All we've done is just not confirmed with Fletcher, but we've done everything he asked us to do.
the small boy. You assume to be Prince Alden.
He'll do.
He's either Prince Albert or he's eating the last bits of Prince Albert.
He sort of starts wriggling in the sack, and you hear sort of squealing and crying. He sounds almost like a little pig.
We will punch you.
We were given explicit permission to rough you up, quote unquote, a little bit.
Before we take off running, which of course we will do, what else is in the room?
You can see there's a large set of shelves which has, seems to have a bunch of stuff on it, and as well as bowls of water and food and various well-gnawed bones.
Okay.
I'm definitely just going to run. There could be some campaign-defining treasure there.
Probably do want to look at.
I'm leaving.
Okay.
You've got him in the sack.
I've got one in the sack.
I'm going to leave.
I'm having a wee peruse of the shelves.
Okay, I'm just bolting.
You can see that there's a mirror on the shelf. You can see also there's a fairly well-made constructed crossbow
Okay.
and 4 bolts.
I'll take that.
Additionally, there's a large bullwhip. The handle's encrusted with strange-looking runes.
Okay, I'll have that too.
What have you found, Godwin? I've pawned sack duty off to Svind.
I'm just like
Oh, I've got the sack
supermarket.
hammer.
And there's also a large iron hook as well.
Okay, I'm just supermarket sweeping all of these things
Yeah.
into my arms
Okay,
and then.
I'll take crossbow bolts and hook. You
Okay.
take the mirror
I'll
and
have
the
the
bullwhip,
whip, yeah.
and we'll now...
It's a hand mirror,
Yeah. Okay.
It's not like a full length
No,
one.
no.
anymore.
I make a point not to look into the mirror
Uh-huh.
at this point in
Yeah.
time.
And now, we cutter it, yeah? We cheese
Yes.
it. We are cheesing our way out of this
Okay.
once the thing has unclicked into the ooze.
You sort of you wait for the trap to trigger and click back, and then you make your way out.
I can't believe... I just can't believe the idea... Who does... I need a new outfit. I need more ruffs.
You make your way up out of the dungeon and emerge into the thin grey daylight of what you assume to be morning. You can see that Captain Creel is standing leaning against the cart. The 4 board guards seem to be sitting playing some sort of dice game, and Angrabodda, the CRS, is sort of doing some sort of crazy dance around the headstones. The cart that you came in, you can see Leslie and her father have been locked up in it.
Sorry about that, Leslie. I tried to warn you, but you left ignorantly.
New friends to join us in the cell.
Are you magic?
Captain Creel looks up. Oh, you actually survived. And am I to take it that this sack of potatoes is our beloved princeling?
Yes.
Let's confirm that.
Let's not confirm it. Take him.
Well, definitely take him, but
He takes him and he lowers the sack down rather. He doesn't tip it up, Princeling, I want to go back. I like staying with Mr. Fletcher. He was nice. Not like my father. My father's smelly.
Are you telling me that your father somehow smells worse than the actual cannibal man covered in the soot and the grime and the gutworm juice?
I just want to look him in the eyes, the princeling, and ask him, how many people did you eat?
Whole people?
That's enough information for me. I'll just be like, so we free to go? Do we go back to jail? What's the plan?
Well, lads, you've done a good job. You've earned the pardon of the Shadow King. But let me ask you, are you looking for a job? And so, with that prospective offer of employment, we take our leave of our heroes for now. But Svind, Gotvin and Vatar will return next month in the Shadow King's Tithe. In the meantime, feel free to like, subscribe, share, all the good things. You can follow us on Instagram and Blue Sky, and we have a Patreon for those of you whose lust for all things Ludonaut cannot be contained within a single monthly episode. And with that, my time on your dimension is growing short. I will retreat back to the abyss. Until next time.